Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you may remember, a couple of weeks ago, we showed you how we are preparing for spring by rejuvenating our beds and getting ready for the planting season. This week is much of a continuation of how much further I have gotten. So come with me and I'll catch you up. Morning.
Good morning. As you can see, Mandy's neglected her duties again.
And you wonder why I don't use that.
So just a few minutes of trimming, looks a bit better. Mandy's now getting ready to dig compost. Is there any decent compost there? Not really. It's all snow, man. Huh.
Look from here.
Sure, it's quite a few. You gonna eat them?
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't. Well, sadly, doesn't look like we've got any usable compost here, so we're gonna have to go and buy some soil. There might be some decent stuff in there, but we haven't got time to dig it out before we need to plant, so such is life. Hey, Belle. So off to town, got to go and fetch some soil for the beds. Our compost hasn't composted. Now we live far enough from town to be remote, but not far enough away for it to be an inconvenience. It's about seven odd minutes to our closest village. Now the roads in some sections are quite bad here, but to be fair, most of them are far better than the roads in the UK. Unbelievable. This road over here has recently been retarred. So on the right here is the walk of shame. Doctors prescribe people that are big and fat to come and walk up and down here twice a week. And coming up on the right at this next turn off is where we go to the recycling dump where we take all our cardboard, plastic, etc. So not too much of an inconvenience. And here we are coming into the outskirts of town. So as I say, relatively quick journey. If we want to go to Leroy Merlin, it's about another 30 minutes from here. But we don't really go there that often. Fuel's still quite pricey here, 172 a litre. 183 for diesel, 184 for diesel. But it is what it is, I guess. And here we are coming up to the nursery. Hopefully they're open and they've got soil and they accept card payments. So I don't know how much cash I've got on me. A lot of businesses here are run out of the back of people's homes, which is quite a good idea, I think. Okay, so I got 10 bags of soil. I didn't have enough cash on me, so he said, just take it and come and pay me later. So I'll have to come back with cash later today or tomorrow and just settle up. They're very trusting here. But I suppose there's not that many rip-off artists here where we live. It's actually quite peaceful. Crime rate doesn't seem to be too bad. Apart from a couple of people have had freshly planted olive trees taken out of the ground on their plots near where we are. But apart from that, nothing really. We're pretty safe here. Mandy doesn't feel anxious or worried when they're at home on their own. So, all good. So that didn't take long. Back from the nursery with some soil. I think Mandy will be happy about that.
What have you got to make in the hoop house?
I need to get those stones out the way so I can get the surrounds level.
All right, let me go do that then.
But as I said, before the rain comes, let's get this done because we can work in the hoop house when it's raining. That's common sense logic, not woman logic.
Dear Lord,
Two different
give me the
things.
strength to get through today without beating him up.
Really?
Because, you know, A bruised eye doesn't look too good on camera.
A bruised eye. No, that's why I beat you in places people can't see. I keep telling you, the reason you get beaten is because you don't listen.
People, before you start sending out the search party, my husband is a gentleman through and through. He just
Yeah, what was that
dirty.
comment from that one woman? If I was you, I would have left him years ago.
So what I'm doing here is just making the holes in front of the drippers, so that I can come along and just pop the strawberry snippings in. And the reason why I'm trying to get this done quite quickly is because we've got rain coming apparently at 2 o'clock. So, oops.
I'm glad to see you doing the strawberries now. Obviously my little talking to had an effect. Those don't look like tomatoes to me.
They're not. You're quite perceptive.
How do you know where to plant them?
I did a finger job and found the hole.
Oh, you've been fingering, have you? Yeah. Plant them on the outside of the pipe. So Mandy's sticking her finger in to find out where the emitter is on the drip pipe. I taught her well. But at least she's not loafing since I've given her that talking to. Hey.
Huh.
It's nice soil.
Yeah, it's all going to sink though.
I know. Just have to keep topping it up. That row's not straight, eh? I better watch it. I'm going to get a smack any time now. I said the line's not straight.
Huh. I'm sure the strawberries don't care.
One bed done. Okay, so we're making progress, or should I say Mandy's making progress. First bed of strawberries planted. Put soil in the second bed. And I guess Mandy will fill those up with strawberries as well. We're hoping that the ground cover of the strawberries will prevent the soil from drying up too quickly.
The tomatoes.
For the tomatoes. Here's hoping. Strawberries planted. Tomatoes are going to go in next, but I'm not sure when Mandy wants to plant those. She's got seedlings going inside the lounge. So I've just screwed some wood over the rebar grates, keep it in place. It's done. I need to cut these pieces sticking off with an angle grinder tomorrow. Hey everybody, I'm back. Mandy suggested we do a video of all the jobs we've started but haven't completed. I said no, but that's going to be about a 10-hour video, so we're going to take it one bite at a time. I'm about to cut off all of these pieces of the rebar that we've used for the tomato tunnel that are sticking out. Mandy's hooked herself a few times. Luckily, she hasn't injured herself yet. Otherwise, I'd be in deep doo-doo. See, I'm wearing safety goggles. All done.
Okay, as you may remember, that compost pile and that there hasn't really disintegrated too much. What I am going to do, because I need to free up a bin, is take out that, put it into the green pepper bed, which means I then can toss that into that side and wet it. Upon inspection this morning, There's not a hell of a lot in here, but if I pull out these big weeds, which I did earlier, the soil is not looking too bad. So once I've emptied that second bin, I will then layer that on top of the green pepper bed. I think I'll only be able to do half of the pepper bed. And then we have a little bit of space to start creating a new compost, and slowly I'll start tossing that into there with watering it and do the same all along. While you weren't looking, although that's a stupid expression, I have emptied that bed. I have laid down cardboard. I've thrown the compost that hasn't disintegrated too well at the bottom. And now I'm taking the soil that's in this green pepper bed. I'm sifting it so as not to get any of the weeds and grass, what do you call these things? Any of the grass through it. And I'm putting a thin layer on top. Reason I'm doing this is because everything is a bit of a catch-22 at the minute. I need to empty the compost bins in order to start the new compost. But I need to empty the half one so that I can have a bin to start composting. Unfortunately, I don't have many buckets because, as you know, I filled them all up with chippy stones and we never quite got to finish that job. So it's trying to do one job in order to be able to do the next job in order to do the next job. Change of plans yet again. I figured that job outside with the green peppers is going to take me way too long and time is really not on my side. So I did come up with a brainwave, is to take the balance of that small compost that hasn't broken up. I've filled the green pepper bed, but I'm now going to take the excess and start filling this middle bed, which you'll see has dropped quite a bit, which will also save on having to top it up with too much of the bought compost. Because I think this side actually took four and a half bags. I'll show you what I've done. As I was saying, you can see I'm just throwing on the top there, which means I'll get done a lot quicker. So that's one trailer load. I have managed to do most of that bed. I'm off to get the last bit out of that one bin. I didn't think there was much compost in that small bin, but it has managed to do half the green pepper and 3/4 of that middle bed. I'm now going to go and get the rest of it and see if I have enough sunlight to water it in. It's now 2 o'clock. I have managed to completely fill the middle bed there. I have emptied that small compost bin and a little bit out the one next to it. I've discovered where the leak is. So Clive will have to sort that out when he gets back. But I'm going to water quickly. That's what I have after 20 minutes of watering. I'm going to go and switch the stop valve off and see if that works. So this valve here that Clive installed a few weeks back, I've switched off. It seems to have slowed down, but still quite bad. Right, I'm going to run up quickly and switch the pump off.
Another issue we have to fix is that sprinkler there is not getting to this bed over here. So this section, this back corner over here stays dry. So I'm going to put another pop-up sprinkler over there so that'll get this section over here, and then we should be good.
A couple of hours every day and I can start seeing the progress. The strawberries we planted a couple of weeks ago are all doing very nicely. I have also started tackling these 3 beds. Progress is slow, it's back-breaking, but hopefully I'll get a lot of it done before the end of the month. I have also started on this strawberry bed and hopefully I'll get that done by the end of the week. This particular strawberry bed that I had done and topped up with our compost is now showing results. I have flowers coming through. See?
This is the reason we need to empty those buckets. We've got to cut this grass before we can set Nico free. Grass, I say. It's bloody clover and whatever else this stuff is. So Operation Cut Grass has commenced. It's taken the whole morning to do this small section of the orchard down here. Admittedly, Mandy's done it all on her own pretty much because I've been out shopping.
Much better.
This clover is so thick we're having to hit it with a strimmer before we can mow. So I got Mandy a new toy.
Awesome. Do it around this side rather. What a pleasure.
So now you got no excuse. It's enough for today. Half the orchard cut. Say good morning to the people.
Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day. So hopefully we'll get the garden finished today. Confident?
No.
Well, no idea how fast I can work.
Yeah, I've seen how fast you don't work. I leave here for 3 weeks, I come back and nothing's changed.
Really?
Yeah.
Clearly you don't open your eyes. So, Clive went out and he came home with some presents for me. My seeds that I planted haven't quite come up yet, so this will give it a head start. Just now. Oh. So what I'm going to do is, I know that there's a marker there where I've planted seeds. I'm going to continue this way. Now, a trick I saw is that when you plant leeks, you just make a hole and you drop them in. You don't cover them up. That way, apparently they grow better. Well, they did the last time I did this. So I'm going to go by those rules again.
Mandy's next job is to pull all the soil out of this pepper bed. You what?
I said I'm sifting the soil to get rid of the weeds and grass, and we're just rotating.
So that's the soil after being sifted or sieved, whatever you want to call it. And the soil that doesn't make it into there is going in the trailer, and we'll use that for planting grass up in the main garden. Eddie decided that soil looked really nice to walk on. Hello, my pal. Why you don't want to look to your daddy? That's it for this week, folks. Sadly, we ran out of time and puff to get the whole garden finished. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care. Ciao.